The dust from Super Bowl 59 has settled. Philadelphia Eagles, round of applause. This is our post-season quarterback review for the 24-25 season, starting with, you would think we would start with Geno Smith because he's at the front, but we're going to go ahead and solidify our GOAT at the top of the list. And it's still going to be Patrick Mahomes, ladies and gentlemen. The things this man does on the field, he just had his statistically worst year of his career. And he still only lost 2 games, and he still made it all the way to the Super Bowl. Without Patrick Mahomes, this team might win 5 games. I really think this team might win 5 games. Next, we have Geno Smith. And as y'all can see, look, the hate is about to be warranted. Seattle Seahawks, baby. Where are my 12s? Can I see where my 12s are in the chat? Geno, to me, a bridge quarterback. I think we all know that. It's time to move on. I would rather have a guy that's going to be absolutely terrible and get us a higher pick to get a quarterback in there than have Geno keep us up there every year, knowing that he can't go out there and win a Super Bowl. Love what he does for the team. Love the energy. Love watching him play. I think it's just time we move on from Geno Smith. And going into this next season, this is our end of year review. I'm going to put needs improvement. His red zone play was awful. Next, we have CJ Bernard-Stroud. An off year. Everyone wanted to put him in the top 10 last year. And I just kept telling y'all, wait for his sophomore year. Wait till teams get the film on him in the NFL. Wait for teams to get the film on his offense. Let them get the scheme of the team. They went and they bolstered his team. Yes, he had injuries. Yes, he had this. Yes, he had that. It just felt like a lackluster year for the Houston Texans. I'm going to put CJ Stroud in good. I think he's still an amazing quarterback. He's just not going in my top 10. Speaking of people not going anywhere near the top 10, Danny Dimes. I can't even tell you what team he's on right now. Cooper Rush. Where do y'all want me to put him? He's never going to be top 10. I don't think I want to put him in good. Needs improvement, maybe. I don't want to put him in awful. I mean, he went out there and kind of did his thing. Aaron Rodgers! What team is Aaron Rodgers going to be playing on, ladies and gentlemen? Is it going to be the Giants? Is it going to be the Rams? Is it going to be the Steelers? I'm going to put him in. He had a decent year. He almost threw for 4,000 yards. I feel like we're kind of seeing how, when the Steelers wrote off Russell Wilson, he was actually having a pretty decent year. I think that's what we're seeing right here. Aaron Rodgers had a decent year. Might have been a lot of garbage time yards. Might have been a lot of garbage time tuds. It is what it is. I'm still putting Aaron Rodgers in good. Is he top 10? No. Does he need improvement? Probably not. He's probably too old to improve at this point. Next, we have Caleb Williams. Now, the thing about this list, this is going to give raw rookie reviews. This is the first time we haven't had a tier list for just rookies, and Caleb Williams, I'm going to put him in needs improvement. I had a lot of hope for Caleb Williams coming into this year. I'm one of his biggest backers. I think he has amazing talent and amazing skills. I think he had a terrible first year because he was on the Bears, lost his head coach, about to go through a second offensive coordinator, his second year in the league. Obviously, they went and got him Ben Johnson. Round of applause. Amazing pull at head coach. Hope it works out for him. I think this will be an amazing coach for Caleb Williams. The thing think he needs to improve on, you just got to throw the ball away sometimes. I love how he loves to extend plays and find something open. Your offense is going to be dirt tired if you keep doing that. Sometimes you just got to let the ball throw. Hey, but who am I? I'm sitting here doing the review. He's out there throwing the ball around on the field, but I think he just needs to get the ball out sooner or throw it away. Quit trying to extend as many plays. It is good to extend plays sometimes, as we see Mahomes do it, but Mahomes also knows when to throw the ball away. Give me Caleb Williams and needs improvement. Bryce Young, a man that we thought the Carolina Panthers were absolutely done with. Benched before halfway through the season, but something happened. He came back in. It looked like he started to love football again. It looks like he got his swagger back. He was out there absolutely hooping at the end of the year. The stats are there. I think the charisma's there. I think the swagger is there. I think the willpower is there. I think the opportunities are there. I think, I almost said Caleb Williams. I think Bryce Young, I'm throwing him in needs improvement. I'm throwing him at the top of needs improvement because if he keeps improving, I think he could not only, and this is going to be crazy, are you ready for this? I think he can not only surpass good, he could have top 10 moments next year. Am I going to put him in the top 10? Probably not. I think he could have top 10 moments next year. I'm going to put Bryce Young in needs improvement. I am showing you that I know he was a dog at the end of the year. Next, we got Brock Purdy, one of our first bus driving quarterbacks on the list. And bus driving quarterbacks are not a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen. When I call you a bus driver, 95% of the league is bus drivers. I really think the top 5 are the guys that aren't, and then a little bit of the top 10 and maybe bottom half of the top 10 are bus drivers that are just in their place right now. Brock Purdy, he lost all his big weapons, and he just had a kind of lackluster year. You know what I mean? It didn't look amazing. It didn't look bad. His team was banged up, had O-lineman out, number 1 running back out, wide receiver core banged up. I can't really put it against him. Right now, I'm going to put him at the top of good. I'm not putting him in the top 10. Actually, and I'm putting him below CJ Stroud. Give me actually, you know what? I'm putting him below Aaron Rodgers. Give me Brock Purdy in the good category. Next, we have Bosif Nix the third, a man, myth, a legend. Not that yet, but he has a lot of potential to be that. This man came in the year, and there were a lot of questions on the Broncos. No run game, by the way. Absolutely no run game. There were games where Bo Nix, I think, was throwing for 50 attempts as a rookie quarterback, and that's what you love to see. A rookie quarterback that can go out there and absolutely let that thing rip through the air. And that's what Bo Nix did to a wide receiver core. It's not absolutely amazing. You got Cortland Sutton. You got a lot of lower end guys that I think honestly have a lot of potential to be higher end guys. And he made them show that this year. A lot of potential for that team. I really picked them to beat the Bills, and they went out there and got their you-know-what kicked. I'm putting him in good. I think he has top 10 potential eventually, but he's going in good as of right now. Next, we have Anthony Richardson. Speaking of guys, and we haven't spoke about this yet, saying speaking of guys, well, I guess we have. Speaking of needs improvement, this man has great legs, bad cardio, and can't throw the rock if it's not more than 50 yards downfield. Anthony Richardson is our top candidate for needs improvement. He's young. He can still make an amazing NFL career out of this, but he has to go out there and he has to learn how to pass the ball. It's kind of shades of, we're seeing quarterbacks get drafted with shades of Josh Allen, right? Big, physical, crazy arm strength, terrible passing accuracy. Can't pass the ball for anything, but not every one of these guys is going to pan out to be Josh Allen. I think Anthony Richardson, this might be his last year in the league. If last year wasn't his last year in the league, I think this might be his last year in the league to go out there and get it done. Are the Colts a candidate for Aaron Rodgers? That is a good question. Anthony Richardson needs to improve. Next, we have Jordan Love, a man who sold me in fantasy football. I see him in a lot of bottom of the top 10s in a lot of leagues. I don't know if I can put Jordan Love up there. Great quarterback, very injury prone, passing to a lot of wide receiver twos. I think the potential's there. I think he was hurt at the end of this season. I just can't, in good faith, put him at the end of my top 10 currently this year. Who is this? Mac Jones? Is that Mac Jones? We'll put you in needs to improve. Justin Fields, I'll give my spiel on Justin Fields right here. We're going to put him at the top of it's Josh Allen. We're going to put him towards the top and needs to improve, a little bit below Bryce Young. I think he's got a lot of potential. I think he's got a lot of talent. Another one of those guys that has insane athletic abilities, but did you draft him because you saw shades of a quarterback and he can't pass? This man, and I don't know if it was playing with the Bears for so long, is terrified of a clean pocket. If you could get this man, Justin Fields, to sit in a clean pocket and let that ball rip, I think he could be an amazing quarterback in this league, but you got to get an amazing mentor in there. Maybe the Steelers keep him another year. Maybe you sign him to a small contract. Maybe you get Aaron Rodgers in there for him to learn behind. I feel like learning behind Russell Wilson for a guy like Justin Fields. If you didn't learn anything from Russ, you're probably out the league. I'm putting Justin Fields and needs to improve. Next, we got Josh Allen the fifth. This man has come a long way from turnover king to MVP. He is absolutely a top 5 quarterback in this league. What he can do with his legs and what he can do. By the way, passing to a pretty abysmal wide receiver core. Pretty abysmal. I mean, your number one wide receivers, Amari Cooper, who had a terrible year on both teams. You got Keon Coleman, a rookie who came in that you knew he was going to have a problem with the route tree off rip. And then Khalil Shakir. I mean, we know who he is now. A lot of people didn't know who he was. A lot of potential there. Love Khalil Shakir. If I'm saying his name wrong, you'll be okay. Top 5 quarterback in this league. Next, we got, and Lord, it's going to hurt me to do this, Jared Goff. Y'all remember when I said a bus driver quarterback can be a top 10 quarterback because the bottom half of the top 10 are bus drivers? Jared Goff is our first bottom of the barrel, not bottom of the barrel, but bottom of the top 10 bus driver quarterback. He goes out there, he does what he needs to do. When you put him in situations, I don't have the faith in him going to win that game. He's going to turn the ball over, but when you get that team clicking, when the offense is moving on all cylinders and your run game is there, he looks like he can sling it with one of the best quarterbacks, some of the best quarterbacks in the league. Give me Jared Goff, top 10 quarterback. And this is the first time I'm going to do this, and it could be the last time. And things I saw from Jayden Daniels this year were stuff you don't see from seasoned veterans. I would typically say I'm never putting a rookie quarterback in my top 10. I'm going to put him in good, as I did with CJ Stroud last year. Something about Jayden Daniels is different. I think CJ Stroud has one of those factors to go and win the game. I think CJ Stroud can get shocked. I think he can get shook. I think interceptions can get in his head. Jayden Daniels, ladies and gentlemen, is special. He can slang the rock. When he turns it over, you know what? It happened. It's in the past. Let's go back out there and keep scoring. And I feel like he just already controls the locker room. They went and put such a good coaching staff, mentor staff around him. Marcus Mariota, been there, done that. Coaching staff, Super Bowl winners. Tight end, Super Bowl winner. Middle linebacker, Super Bowl winner. Playoff winners. The team was just crafted for Jayden Daniels to succeed. Now, can he sustain success? I think he can. I think he has the intangibles. I think he can run the ball. I think he can pass the ball. I think he can throw you off any way he wants to. I'm putting Jayden Daniels. Am I going to put him below Jared Goff? Yes. Do I think he could be above Jared Goff? I think he could be in the top 5 eventually in his career if he keeps performing at this level. Give me Jayden Daniels, top 10. Next, we got my boy, famous Jameis Winston. I don't care what any of y'all say. He's going in the GOAT tier. Yes, the GOAT tier is reserved for one person. Jameis Winston is the fan-made GOAT. We all love him. We all love to see him play. And we all love what he does on and off the field. Unless you're a crab leg, then I don't know what to tell you. Give me Jameis Winston in the GOAT category. Next, we have Jalen Hurts. This is an interesting one. I said I would start putting Jalen Hurts above Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. I just don't think I can do that yet. I am officially putting him in my top 5. He's been able to go out there and get done what both of those guys couldn't, and it's get past Patrick Mahomes and win a Super Bowl. But at the same time, you got to take regular season into account. I know the big game is the Super Bowl, but if you put Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson on that Eagles team, they're going and winning a Super Bowl. Taking nothing away from Jalen Hurts. He's resilient. He knows how to go out there, and he knows how to win the big games. But can we improve, and can we keep doing it? If he can improve and keep doing it, I'll put him above him. But right now, I think he's at number 4, number 5, something like that. Next, we got Baker Money Mayfield. Y'all know I love me some bake show, some bake sale, some Baker Mayfield. I think he was a top 10 quarterback this year. I think he's probably towards the end. Actually, I'm going to put him it's hard to put him above Jayden Daniels, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put him right here. I'm going to keep it true. I'm going to keep Jayden Daniels towards the back half of the top 10. I'm taking Baker Mayfield, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take Baker Mayfield over Jared Goff. Y'all might hate me for it. You might think I'm stupid. You might call me names in the comments. I still think Baker Mayfield is an elite quarterback in this league. Next, we got Russell Wilson. I'm going to put him in good. I think he's a little bit too old to go into needs to improve, but I think there's a lot of potential. I think he could still go out there and lead teams to the playoffs. Give me Russ the Bus Wilson in good. We'll probably put him down here next to, below Brock Purdy. Next, we got Trevor Lawrence, and this is going to be one of those interesting ones. I think an absolute elite quarterback, he needs to improve. He regressed this year, absolutely. He has an injury problem. He has to go out there and show he can still play with the elite quarterbacks in this league. Next, we have Sam Darnold, and this is going to be crazy. I think he was a top 10 quarterback this year. I'm going to put him below Jane Daniels because the way he fell apart at the end of the year was absolutely sick work. Like I said, bus driver quarterbacks will be at the end of this tier list in the top 10. I think he's a bus driver quarterback. I think he gets in his head when he starts turning the ball over, but I think he has a lot of potential, and I think he can stay up here in the top 10. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more quarterbacks can go in the top 10. Gardner Minshew, I love you, brother, but that's where you got to go. Who's that, Joe Flacco? Can I just put him in old, and we'll just put him in needs to improve. Matthew Stafford, speaking of a timeless man, I think he's a top 10 quarterback this year. I'm going to put him above Sam Darnold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This man went out there, banged up wide receiver core, banged up O-line, one of the worst defenses in the league, but they kind of improved at the back half of the year. You love to see that. Shout out Jared Verse, absolute dog. Has some big shoes to fill on that defense mentality-wise. In Aaron Donald, can he be a captain on that defense and fill those shoes? We'll find out as years to come. This man is an absolute dog passing in that pocket, and I will never count Matthew Stafford out in a game ever. Next, we have an interesting one. Raiders could go a lot of interesting ways this year. I don't think Aiden O'Connell's a terrible quarterback. I really don't. I think he has potential there. I think he is, and Eric's going to love this one, the last quarterback to beat Patrick Mahomes in Arrowhead, and he almost did it again this year. I think there's a lot of potential. I think you got to get a team around him. You have to ask yourself very soon, is this the guy you want to keep rolling out at quarterback? Next, we have Kyler Murray. He's going in needs to improve, and I can see that some of our guys are getting cut off and needs to improve. We'll move this camera. Oh my God. We'll move this camera down here so y'all can see all of that. Who are we on? Oh my God, Kyler Murray. Call of Duty. That's all I can say about Kyler Murray. Call of Duty, we got to get better. Next, we got Lamar Marvelous Jackson. I think the second best quarterback in this league behind Patrick Mahomes. I think if he had a better wide receiver core, could be, I don't know. Patrick Mahomes just got the Super Bowls, but if you just put him quarterback to quarterback, if this man Lamar had a wide receiver core, oh, I don't know. Hey, that's a conversation for another time. Lamar is our second best quarterback on this tier list heading into the top 5. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. We can put one more in the top 5. And I think that'll round out our top 10. Who is this? Yeah. All right. There you go, Kirk Cousins. Drake May. We're going to put Drake May in. I still think he needs to improve. I think there's a lot of potential there. I think that they need to get a team around him, and I think they just keep building around him. He's going to have a lot of hope in the future. Will Levis. Where's Anthony Richardson? Got to put him next to Anthony Richardson. They're the same quarterback. They're the exact same person. They can run and they can't pass. Next, Tua Tagovailoa. I'm going to put him in good. Do I think he needs to improve? Yes. Do I think he will improve? He has to stay healthy, but I think there's a lot of potential there. Justin Herbert. For one, I'm going to have to find one of these quarterbacks to move up in the top 5. Actually, you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I missing someone? We'll move. Oh my God, that makes my stomach hurt even attempting that. I gotta be missing someone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's reorder this. No, I like it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do not want to put Justin Herbert in the top 5, chat. I guess we will. I guess we'll throw Justin Herbert in the top 5. This is a man that I still think needs to improve this year. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. He had a new coach this year. They got the run game going. I get your wide receiver core was absolutely terrible, except Lad McConkey, obviously. The light and the darkness in that wide receiver room over there. Quentin Johnston drops a lot of balls. I guess I'll give him... And last but not least, Dak Dakota Prescott. We're not going to troll on this one. I'm going to put him in good. I think he's a solid quarterback. Do I think he deserves the money he's getting? Only time will tell. Get him more wide receiver help. Get him a running back. Jerry, do something with the Dallas Cowboys because we just want to see him compete again. Not a Cowboys fan, but it's always fun when the Cowboys are competing in football. That is our end of year. So I was over here studying the tier list, like, how do I have Baker Mayfield in the top 5? Who am I missing? And I'm looking and someone goes, where's Joe Burrow? Lord have mercy. Thank you. Joe Burrow, top 5 quarterback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got to move someone out. Who's it going to be? Sam Darnold, you're moving down, brother. This is our official top 10 NFL quarterbacks post 24-25 season. We will do another one after the preseason. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments.